Hola estudiantes, soy señora Benoit y estoy aquí en nuestro salón de clase, pero no hay estudiantes, no hay nadie. Solamente soy yo, señora Benoit, solita en el salón de clase. So, I am here to give you a lesson about our next unit. It's a short unit, and so we're only going to spend this week on this unit. Vamos a tardar una semana sola en este tema. So what this unit is going into more depth with the verb gustar. We've used gustar quite a bit to talk about things that I like. Me gusta. A mí me gusta. We're now going into how to say other people like to do things and that they like to do activities. So not really new vocabulary in terms of the activities, which are the ones that we've studied. Tocar la guitarra, dibujar, leer un libro, descansar, pasear. All of those are going to stay the same. We're just going to be working on how to say other people like to do things because it gets boring talking about yourself all the time. So just as a little bit of a repaso, we have talked quite a bit and used lots of infinitive forms of the verb. The infinitive form, if you remember, is the to do something, to run, to sing, to draw, to do whatever it is that you are going to do. It's the unconjugated, the unchanged form of the verb. For example, I like to run. I like to run. I like to run is me gusta correr. Me gusta correr. Me gusta. So, as you can see, I like to run. Me gusta correr. We know how to say these things. We know how to talk about ourselves liking to do an activity. We are going to now use our knowledge and combine some of the things that we've learned about subject pronouns into using them together to talk about what other people like to do. So gustar is a way to talk about what people like to do. It technically means something that is pleasing to. So we are saying running is pleasing to me. The action, or to run, is pleasing to me, if you want to get really technical on it. Me gusta is used quite a bit, and it goes along with I like to do something, or I like something. So to use the gustar, you have to use one of these. You have to use a pronoun. This pronoun is really important in terms of identifying about whom you are speaking or to whom this activity is pleasing. So the way that this works is we've got me gusta, yo, I, a mí me gusta, a ti te gusta, te gusta. So me goes along is I like. Te gusta is very similar to tú. Tú te. Te gusta dibujar. You like to draw. The you is in the informal, the person that you would call by their first name, somebody who is on the same level, somebody who is younger than you or the same age or that you're friends. Le gusta dibujar can have lots of different meanings. You have to know about whom you're talking. Le is singular, one, only one person. But this is either usted, it could be él, it could be ella. So this is third person, he, she, you, formal. Le gusta dibujar. So this technically translates as either you, formal, like to draw, or it could mean he or she likes to draw. So if I were talking about Elena, Elena is one person, it's a girl, so it's female. If I were to replace her with a subject pronoun, it would be ella. So I'm going to use le gusta. A ella le gusta. We are going to be emphasizing and making sure that we use the a personal in order to make sure that we get to be very specific who we're talking about. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But I want to give you a brief overview of all the different ways that we're going to be looking at gusta. So far we have me gusta, te gusta, and le gusta. Me is just like me. It's pleasing to me. Te, it is pleasing to you. And le, it is either. Usted, it is pleasing to usted. It is pleasing to him, or it is pleasing to her. Moving on, we are going to look at we. We. Nos gusta leer. We like to read. Nos gusta leer. We like to read. Move this over just a little bit. Os gusta. I know it seems a little bit weird, but this is like the vosotros or vosotras. If we're talking about you all, girls, or y'all, boys. Notice how these don't change. This isn't going to change to as or is or os or us, depending on who you're talking about. This goes along with either vosotros or vosotras. Doesn't matter. Os gusta leer. You, familiar, plural, like to draw. Or y'all like to, not draw, read. Sorry, dibujar is draw, leer is read. And finally, our most confusing one, les. Les gusta leer. Les, which is the plural, more than one form of le. So similarly, it can mean a couple different things. It could mean ustedes, you're referring to ustedes, you're referring to ellas or ellos. It is dependent on who you are talking about. Les gusta. This can mean either ustedes, ellas, or ellos, just depending on who you're talking about. that likes to read, it would be either you, plural, formal, like to read, or they like to read. If you want to look at a little bit more of this that is typed out and all nice, you can access your My HRW. For me, it's on page 44. It is the Presentación de Gramática. I am not entirely sure where it is in your textbook, but I want to make sure that you can also access this information very similarly in your online textbook. So just as a repaso, me gusta correr. I like to run. Te gusta dibujar. You like to draw. Le gusta dibujar. Usted likes to draw. He or she likes to draw. Nos gusta leer. We like to read. This one, we, nosotros or nosotras. Doesn't change, it's just going to be nos. Os gusta leer. Y'all, vosotros, y'all like to read. Then we've got les, which could refer to either ustedes, ellas, or ellos. Gusta leer. Notice that gusta doesn't change because we're only describing and talking about one activity that is pleasing to the person, to this person here. So I have erased the board and replaced it with some information that's almost the same, but a little bit different so that we can practice using more specific ways to make sure that we know about whom we are speaking. So this first one, we really want to emphasize that it's me who likes it. We have to use something called the a personal. A mean just a, the letter a personal, personal, the personal a. Whenever you're speaking about someone, especially people, you have to use the a. You have to use this a personal. It's really important, it comes back in a lot of different ways, and this is going to be we're going to be using it with all of these to make sure that we really emphasize to who really enjoys this activity. All of these are using the dibujar, to draw, as the activity. So we're going to start with me gusta dibujar. We're going to go a mí me gusta dibujar. A mí. Let me make sure you can see that. A mí. A mí me gusta dibujar. A ti te gusta dibujar. A mí me gusta, a ti te gusta. This is where in the le, in particular, where it's important that we use this a and explain about whom we are speaking. So, if I can use a usted, le gusta dibujar. A usted. So, I could say to a famous artist, Picasso, por ejemplo, a usted le gusta dibujar. You, sir, like to draw. I could talk about Ramon. Ramon likes to draw. A Ramon le gusta dibujar. A Ramon le gusta dibujar. I could talk about a girl. and I was talking earlier about Cecilia. So I could either say, a Cecilia le gusta dibujar, or if I don't want to use her name because I'm tired of using it, a ella le gusta dibujar. A Ramon could be a él, replacing it with that subject pronoun, le gusta dibujar. A Ramon le gusta dibujar. Ramon likes to draw. A él le gusta dibujar. He likes to draw. A Cecilia le gusta dibujar. Cecilia likes to draw. A ella le gusta dibujar. She likes to draw. What has changed is up here with the a personal plus a pronoun. These are not subject pronouns necessarily. So following this same logic, now we're on nos gusta dibujar. It could be either a nosotros nos gusta dibujar, or a nosotras nos gusta dibujar. Remember, nosotros is for groups of boys, including the speaker, including yo, or mixed groups. And nosotras, a nosotras, is for groups of females only, including the person that is speaking. Over to os, just like we saw before, os goes along with vosotros or vosotras. So, a vosotros os gusta dibujar. Y'all, to y'all, you like to draw. A vos otras os gusta dibujar. If I'm talking to only female group versus a group of only males or of a mixed group. Again, this is where it gets a little bit tricky and important that we use this a. We have third person, so we're either talking about people or we're talking to at least two people who are of higher stature, or we are talking to friends, depending on where you are. In Spain, vosotros or vosotras is talking to y'all, my friends. In all other Spanish-speaking countries, ustedes can either be talking to people of higher authority or just your group of friends with whom you're on the same level. So, les gusta dibujar? This could be a ustedes. Les gusta dibujar? A ellos les gusta dibujar, or finally a ellas les gusta dibujar. A ustedes, you guys like to draw. A ellos les gusta dibujar. Those guys, they, just either all boys or a group of boys and girls, like to draw. And finally, only girls, a ellas les gusta dibujar. Notice the only thing that's changing in this sentence is the pronouns, and these go along with who you're talking about. The gusta dibujar, look at all of these. None of these change. It all is the same. To, pleasing to draw. So, to me, a mí me gusta dibujar. This is just an addition to talking about oneself all the time because it gets boring. Then you can talk about what you like to do, what usted likes to do, Ramón or él, Cecilia or a ella, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ustedes, ellos, and ellas. Again, you can find a nice review of this on página 44, at least in my textbook. In yours, it might be 44 o 45, no sé. So, in order to complete this, you're going to do a few exercises and you are going to turn them in on Google Classroom so that I know that you watched this whole video all the way through. Tricky, señora Benoit. In addition to that, your homework is going to be a couple different things, and I will list those and the pages on which they correspond. I will also put pictures of these because I know sometimes my HRW is not as great as it could be. It's really important that you follow the models. If you look, usually above each one, each item, each exercise, there are models and they show you how to do it. You just have to look at it and see, well, they've changed something. They've changed the subject pronoun. Oh, it says te gusta, so I need to add a ti. That's what I'm looking for, is that you are able to follow these directions. Please do your homework on a separate sheet of paper, preferably lined with dark ink, black or blue, azul o negro, or with pencil, nice and clear. Take pictures of it and then you'll turn that in. Again, this is a very, very brief unit. It is very important and helpful that everybody stay on top of these things and complete the work so that we can move on to the next activity, which is a lot more fun, and it is the adjectives. The reason that we're doing this is because a lot of the adjectives also depend on who you're talking about and what activities they like. So a person who is very sporty, which is an adjective, likes to play soccer or basketball or hockey, likes to do sports. A person who likes to read and study and write is probably maybe a more studious person or a more serious person or a good student, maybe even organized, something that a lot of us could work on. So this is an important unit. It's very short, brief. So we're going to have homework not only in the textbooks, but also in the workbook. Once you get the hang of these, a nosotros nos gusta comer. A ustedes no les gusta correr. So that is all that I have for today. I'm sorry that this has gone a little bit longer, and please double check the end of this video for the exercises, and look at the corresponding activity on Google Classroom to get credit for watching this, and also the homework that is going to be posted on Classroom and also on the All Saints website. I am using Google Classroom to have you turn things in, so please take clear pictures, please write clearly, and eso es todo para esta semana. Adiós y nos vemos, y tenemos un Zoom, depending on your class, on Wednesday. Miércoles tenemos las reuniones de Zoom, or Zoom, they would say it in España. So please double check your schedules for that. I'd love to see all of you, and that's a great time also for us to practice and also answer any questions. So, nos vemos. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. These are the 4 questions that I want you to unscramble in order to get credit for watching this video in its entirety. So make sure that you do that and that you write the full sentences and submit them through Google Classroom.